All right. We're live. We are live. Let's see, make sure we're live. Got any people in the building? What up, guys? What up, Jaden Dawkins? What up, Vized? Ballby in the building, Edward Chan. What's going on? Let me quickly share this stream to Twitter. I'm gonna be on probably right around 9. I know Hub goes on at 9 today, so I don't want to interrupt that. We try to get some conversation going. Try to get some conversation going. So JJ Watt signs. Oh my gosh, we got a bunch of people in here already. All right, awesome. Let's see here. What's going on, everybody in the building? What's going on? I know I haven't gone on live by myself in quite a while, so I definitely want to get back to doing that. I'm starting to get more time, being that I'm finishing work a lot earlier now, and I'm able to come home pretty early. I'm working on some things for the channel. We got a sponsorship in the works, guys. We got a sponsorship in the works. I don't want to spoil it quite yet, but we do have a sponsorship in the works that I'm waiting to make a video on. Waiting to kind of put that in a video. But yeah, let me go down the list and say hi. What's going on, everybody? Vized, who was the first one in the building. Jaden Dawkins, Joseph Balby, Edward Chan, Jay the Giants fan, Frosty in the building. Where's Sabrina? Mr. Icy, Benny. What's going on, Benny? Football talk with Benny. Let's see. C Bands in the building. PJ in the building. Evan, Kevin. Evan and Kevin. Kevin and Evan. If you guys didn't check out my video on Kevin Zeitler and Evan Ingram, make sure you guys go check it out. Evan and Kevin. Kevin and Evan. That is so ironic. Can you do a call-in? You know what, Benny? Let's see. Depending on how many people we have in here, just because I'm only going to be on for about an hour, and I know each person that calls in probably takes like 15 minutes. I want to be able to. It would suck if I only get like 2 people on the call-in. I just want to be able to talk to the people. But I'm definitely going to be doing a call-in soon. But I just kind of wanted to hang out with you guys and talk a little bit of football. Maybe we'll do a call in. Give it about 10 minutes, and maybe we'll do a call in and I'll have you guys talk. But I just want to talk about the recent news that happened. Was JJ Watt signing a 2-year, what's rumored to be, I don't think it's official yet, 2-year, $31 million deal with the Arizona Cardinals. Kind of questionable, man. Just about $16 million a year. About $15.5 million a year for JJ Watt. I don't know how much of that guaranteed. It's only 2 years, so I don't know about that. Gangrene David is in the building. What up, man? Big good, great Jets content creator. Make sure you guys go follow Gangrene David. What's up, buddy? Jay says Manscaped. I don't know. You guys will have to find out. Joe Yotto in the building. JJ Watt just drove Leo's contract price up. Absolutely. Because he's getting paid a whole $16 million a year at 32 years old. So I would imagine, hey, Kush, if you want to jump on here, man, you can. I might even do a little bit of a call in. I know you're about to go live at 9, so I might do a little bit of a call in until 9 and then probably hop off. But if you want to jump in here, man, you're welcome to. His KB just smirked. I'm just smirking at the comment, man. I'm just smirking at the comment. I've been taking a break from content, but I appreciate the shout out, man. Gotta have you on the channel when I come back for sure, man. Whenever you come back, just let me know. We can talk about that Giants Jets because both of our teams seem to be on the rise in the coming future. So I'll swing the link. I'll hop in 12, about a shower. All right. He gave us the exact minute, 12 minutes. So I'll swing you the link via Twitter, my friend. So whenever you are ready, you can join. But When Hub comes in, guys, I will swing a link to everyone and see who can hop in here for a call in. So just to stop the cap, what cap? What am I capping on? I don't know. What am I capping on? But yeah, Joe Yotto brought up a very good point there. With Leonard Williams, it's definitely gonna the defensive end market. The defensive end market and the wide receiver market in the past couple of years has been growing almost to of how the quarterback position has been growing. Now we're seeing quarterbacks sign for about $40 million a year. We have Patrick Mahomes about almost $50 million a year on average. Not including how the contract is set, just on average about $50 million a year for Patrick Mahomes. And then, the quarterback situation over there with the market is insane. If you look at the pass rushers now, that market is starting to go insane. It's always been bad, but now it's really starting to reach an exponential level. And now we have wide receivers also getting paid like $25 million a year. So it's looking really bad for the market, man. We need something. We need a reset. We need a reset really bad. So that's why this COVID thing may help us in the long run, as far as the total price, the total cap space and salary cap for each team being down a little bit. Hopefully that helps reset the market up a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's been doing that. We all expected a lot of players were going to be signed for cheaper. That doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. So this definitely affects the New York Giants when it comes to JJ Watt's contract, because we are trying to sign a player very similar to JJ Watt in a position that he can play. JJ Watt is from the 3-4, is a 3-4 defensive end, so just like Leonard Williams. So it is very, very, very similar, and very it affects Leonard Williams and his contract, because now he's like, $16 million, 32. This guy's 32 years old. I believe I had more sacks than him as well. So Leonard Williams, I think, had more sacks than JJ Watt this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong, but JJ Watt's always hurt, so I would expect that. So Leonard Williams is probably trying to up the price now. So that's gonna be interesting when free agency comes around. But Bordenero, what's going on, man? He says Reddick. I like Reddick. Maybe I'm the only one that likes Reddick, because every time I mention Reddick's name in a Giants roundtable or on a live stream, nobody cares about Reddick. I love Hassan Reddick. I was a huge fan of him out of Temple. I liked him as an off-ball linebacker and a pass rusher, and this guy he's switching over to just a pass rusher. And so, I like what he brings to the table, especially the film he put up against the New York Giants. Really shows a lot what his potential as a pass rusher. Is he there yet? Probably not. And I think we can get Hassan Reddick for cheap. I think we can get Hassan Reddick for about this may be expensive to a lot of you guys, but I think it's cheap for the potential he could be. So about $12-13 million for Hassan Reddick, maybe even cheaper of that, because he's only been 1 year as a full-time pass rusher, and I expect that's what he wants to be, as a full-time pass rusher. He reminds me, he's like the better version of Lorenzo Carter, if you guys kind of catch my drift. He's like a better version of Lorenzo Carter. Lorenzo Carter is a guy that is a pass rusher but can play some off-ball linebacker, is like a Swiss Army knife from the linebacker position. You can put him on all different 4 linebacker spots. Hassan Reddick is just like that. Hassan Reddick started at Temple as a cornerback. Yes, you heard me right. Hassan Reddick started at Temple as a cornerback. Okay, that's a huge cornerback. You can imagine how agile he was if he played cornerback for the Temple Owls. So, and he made his transition to off ball and then pass rusher eventually. So this guy's all over the field. I really like Hassan Reddick. I really like what he can bring to the table. $12-13 million is ideal for the skill set he brings on to the field, and it just perfectly matches Patrick Graham's scheme. Deadshot says big fan. You say big fan of me or big fan of Hassan Reddick? But either way, man, I appreciate you dropping in the stream, man. I appreciate that. Jaden Dawkins in the building. He says William Jackson or Xavier Rhodes, cornerback 2, or probably Mike Hilton. Here's the thing, Jaden. If I go after a cornerback 2, I want a guy like William Jackson, because William Jackson is probably not going to drive a huge price. He's been a guy that's been a number 1 corner in the league, but he may want number 1 corner money, but may not get that money. He might have to settle for something less. Xavier Rhodes has a long history. I know he's getting older, but he still may want good cornerback money, and I don't think I want to pay a corner that old for him. I think he's like 30 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If he's younger than that, then maybe. Mike Hilton, I know Mike Hilton has been getting better in the past years, but I don't think he's that far off from Isaac Yiadom. So I'd probably skip out on that. But you mentioned some good names, Jaden. Out of all those guys, I'd say William Jackson. I was a huge fan of William Jackson out of Houston, man. While everybody was talking about all these other cornerbacks, I was a huge William Jackson fan. A very lanky corner, has long reach, good neck for the football, plays the outside very well. I like William Jackson. Mike Nixon with the $2 super chat. I appreciate that, man. He says, "Can I hop on until Kush comes on?" I'm gonna let the chat build up a little bit. When Kush comes here, when Kush gets here, I will open up the StreamYard. I will open up the StreamYard when Kush comes in. I just want to be able to talk to the people first before I focus on a guest or something like that. Because I really haven't talked to you guys one-on-one in a while. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do here. I haven't really talked to you guys one-on-one in a very long time. I don't really go live that often anymore. William Jackson is our best option. Absolutely. I would definitely say so, but for the right price. I don't know how much I would really give William Jackson, being that we already have a number one corner. If he wants number one corner money, I just can't give that to him. I can't pay another corner more than $10 million. I can't do it. So if he wants more than 10, which I would assume he does, being that top corners now are being paid around $15 million a year. That's how much James Bradbury's making. So if he wants number one corner money, that's just not going to happen. I mean, we're not the Miami Dolphins. I mean, we are compared to the Miami Dolphins a lot, but I cannot be like the Miami Dolphins and go out and get two $15 million corners. I can't do it. It paid dividends. They've had a really good defense, but can't do it. What's going on, Max Webster? What's going on, man? Iced Sports says, "You think we should sign Galladay?" Here's the thing, Iced. No matter what I say, I don't think we will even get a chance. What's going on, Ti? I don't think we'll get a chance at Kenny Galladay, because just the fact being that they're about to franchise tag the guy, and then at that point we would have to trade for Kenny Galladay, and I can't do that. Not in this draft. We only have 5 picks in this draft. 2 of them are 6 rounders. All right, so we have a first, second, third, fourth, and two 6, right? Also, we have 6 picks. No, we have 5 picks. So we have first, second, third, 5th, right? We don't have a 4th round pick, or am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. 4th round. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 6. So we have 6 picks, right? 6 picks. So yeah, definitely not in the market to be trading for anybody this season, unless it's for future picks. Kenny Galladay, I would like to sign. Like I said, I feel like we have so much options at wide receiver. Why would you want to get the best wide receiver available? Like in this situation, like if Allen Robinson and Kenny Galladay were pretty much the whole wide receiver market in free agency and in the draft, like if we had a terrible wide receiver draft, like go back to like the 20 was that the 2016 wide receiver draft where it was like the top corners were the top wide receivers were like Laquan Treadwell, Will Fuller, and Josh Doxson. Was that 2016? The second round picks were a lot better than that. Sterling Shepard, Mike Thomas, guys like that. If that was that kind of draft, then I would say go out and sign one of these bigger prospects. But the fact that the wide receiver market is so varied this season, right? You have your top tier guys in Allen and Kenny Galladay. Then you have your middle tier guys in Will Fuller, Sammy Watkins, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis. The list goes on and on. The middle tier guys is insane in this free agency class. And then the wide receiver market. This may be one of the better wide receiver markets we've seen in a couple of years. So wide receiver class. So I wouldn't put money into Kenny Galladay. I'm just not going to do it or trade for him. And we welcome our guest. I know he's about to go live in a few. What's going on?
A few, bro. It's going to be in like 49 minutes. That's a while from now.
All right, cool. Mike Nixon with a $5 super chat. He says, "I'd bring in Patrick Peterson. He realizes he's not a number one corner anymore. I don't think he will want number one corner money." Here's the thing. It's all a business. So of course, that's where he's going to start. March 17th, he's going to start with I want number one corner money. If he does not get that, I would imagine in the next coming weeks, then he would take lesser money. But I know it looks like, guys, I mean, because everybody keeps mentioning a Manscaped sponsor. I'm not sponsored by Manscaped, but people are looking at my shirt and it says postal worker, not Manscaped. So yeah, postal worker, man. But
Edward
appreciate
out
the
here,
$5 super chat, man.
Edward out here asking if I use it. Edward, come on, you already know this, bro. You already know this, bro. You know the vibes.
What do you say?
He's like, do I use Manscaped? Edward, you been know, bro. You're like always on the channel.
Oh man, yeah, guys, just letting you know, I going postal. Do you know how many people have told me that? Oh, don't go postal on me. Yeah, that's a real thing, man.
Well, what does that mean?
Because the post office is such a stressful job, and so when a carrier or somebody from the post office like goes off on you, it's called going postal. So
Well,
yeah, I've had a couple of those episodes. Not me myself, but I've experienced a couple of those episodes in my job, carrier versus carrier. Not a fun situation, but a fun situation if you're watching from afar, but not if you're in one.
I will say to the super chat that Mike was asking, you hit it spot on. It's kind of similar to exactly what happened with JJ. JJ got released, and he was testing out the market as if he was still in his prime. He got somebody that bit if he was still in his prime, and that's exactly what Pat P is going to do, try to get somebody to bite.
Right, exactly. So, guys, I'm going to, just for a little bit, we're going to try to, I'm gonna open up the stream for you guys. You guys can join in. I know we only have a couple. We have like 45 minutes or so. That's why I want to make this as quick as possible. If I get a lot of people in the waiting room, I'm probably gonna speed it up a little bit. So you probably get like 5 minutes per person. So sorry about that, guys, but we're on time constraint right now. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. This will be my first call in from StreamYard. So
yo, the Ran is hitting the name on the head right here, bro. He says Houston is the farm system for the Cardinals. Right now, it looks like that.
Seems like that. Who else from Houston went to? Oh yeah, well yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Yeah.
And then David Johnson made that switch over there. So that's pretty funny. It's almost like
it's like the
Giants. It's almost like the Giants and Browns situation, right? At first they traded for Kevin Zeitler for Olivier Vernon, right? And then the Odell Beckham trade. All right, so right off the bat we got three people in here. So let's try. We're gonna try to speed this up. So first up is Football Talk with Benny. What up, Benny?
What up, bro?
How's it going, man?
What's going on?
Not much. I just saw that you were like doing this. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll ask if you can go live or you can have people on. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I just decided to come on. Not much. I just kind of working on my channel. I tried to get into streaming. I had some problems with YouTube though because they're blocking comments on my videos, which is annoying.
You know what YouTube has been doing for me, and I wouldn't have known unless I went into like the block section.
Yeah.
They blocked like straight up accounts for me.
Oh,
like
man.
Simple
really?
Man Radio, which is ran by Bobby Skinner, for some reason was blocked on me. I'm like, I know I didn't do that. Speaking of which, shout out to
Speaking of which, right? Speaking of what's going on?
Yeah.
Talking Giants in the building.
Shout out to Talking Giants in the building. Yeah,
who wins the fight? Nick Gates or Jabril Peppers?
Nick Gates.
Nick Gates all the way.
Jabril put up a great fight. I mean, have you seen his body? But yeah, I was like, unless you go in there and check, sometimes it's weird. Like Simple Man was blocked. I think some other YouTube account. Oh yeah, Mark Holmes, the Cowboys YouTuber, for some reason was blocked. I was like, what's going on here? Unless there's like a rogue mod going around blocking these people.
Oh, blocking on your channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, so basically, I think it thinks I'm younger than 13, and so it like the system's doing it. I just tried a live stream, and the comments worked on it because I started off. I don't know how long it counts for, but I started off with my camera off just so it didn't maybe recognize it, and then I put my camera on like midway through it. So hopefully it works now. But that was I just been doing stuff just chilling out, and the JJ Watt news happened, so that was like exciting today.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's great for the Cardinals. I know they're paying a lot, which it's annoying for us because now Leonard Williams is going to want like a $22 million contract. But I think it was actually a good move for them. I think they're a contender now, I would think. And they also get him for 2 years. So people are forgetting also they have next year to try to win so they can keep on trying to, win this year, maybe make the playoffs and then next year kind of go for the Super Bowl. But
Yeah, here's my only concern. I think if JJ Watt was completely healthy, it would be a good contract.
That's the problem.
He's 31 years old, but this is the guy that's been getting hurt on and off since like what 2014, 2013. I mean, he's just been on and off the field for that long. It's almost about 7, 8 years now since he's been in the league. Always constantly getting hurt. So that's my only concern with JJ Watt, man. But I mean, he'll be a big piece on that defense. They run, I believe they're still running the 3-4. I know they switched to the 4-3 that one time with that Carolina Panthers former defense coordinator that was coach. I forgot his name. His name escapes me right now. The guy that used to be the Panthers defense coordinator. They switched to the 4-3. Now they're back to the 3-4, I believe. So that's perfect. That's the scheme. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, hopefully I hope he can stay healthy because I kind of want to see, I really want to see him play and stuff like that. And I'm worried he's just going to get injured the entire year and we're just never going to see him really. Because I don't know, I feel like that happens with a lot of players. I'm so excited to see them. And then they just get injured and it's like you kind of just forget about it, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, but that was exciting. I can't believe the Texans, I feel like I thought they were going to trade him, honestly. It was nice of them, honestly. But like at the same time, they are losers. And the Cardinals are just kind of capitalizing off of everything they do. Yeah. So it's just
my question is, how much better does that Cardinals defense get with JJ Watt? Is it a lot better? Is it just a little bit better? What do you guys think?
It's a lot better in my opinion. To bring a veteran like that, with I think people are saying even he's top.
Let's look at the improvement, like say compared to last year, then, right? So they had Chandler Jones and Hassan Riddick, who had a breakout year at outside linebacker over there. So how much better is that versus Chandler Jones and JJ Watt?
Yeah, you do make a fair point. But I mean, Hassan Reddick, he had a good year, but he also had like a bunch of sacks against the Giants, like that kind of boosted his stats number. So you can't like take that too seriously. There was points, he was on a really good stretch at one point, but I'm pretty sure, I'm not exactly sure what his numbers were like, but I am pretty sure like there were parts in the season where he wasn't making a huge impact because I think how many sacks did he have against us? It was like something crazy.
He had 5 or 6.
5 sacks, that's what I thought, right? And he had like a few forced fumbles. I don't know, it was insane, but he just destroyed us. They just ran past everybody. It was like.
Right.
It was really sad watching that. And I remember just after the game seeing that stat, I'm like, oh my God, this dude, like, he's not even like that good. Like he hasn't even been really proven that much yet. And he's like just destroying us. But I'm not going to get into that too much. But I think they do go up with JJ Watt, especially if they, make the playoffs and stuff like that. And those big time moments, like, I feel like JJ Watt will, like, be good for those type of things and veteran leadership in general,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just, like you said, with Hassan Riddick, and being that now kind of replacing JJ Watt with Hassan Riddick, I think it could work out because Hassan Riddick has been not very consistent. JJ Watt can be consistent, just it matters about if he stays on the field and healthy. So, I mean, I like what the Cardinals did. I mean, they went ahead. They got really aggressive. They came out of nowhere, I guess, because I remember the only offer, the narrowed down teams that he had were the Browns, Packers, and another team, Bills, or something like that. So
something like that. None of them were Cardinals.
And then the Cardinals came out of nowhere. How many times do we see that in free agency? How many times? But
I thought he would go to the Steelers or the Browns.
Last time that happened last year with Yannick and the Giants.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Benny, I apologize. I'm going to try to get as much people out as we can. If we run through all our people, and maybe we can have you back on before 9, okay? All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Benny. Bye. All right. So, our man, Mike Nixon. What up, man?
What is good, Kid Blue?
What's up, man? How you been, buddy?
I've been good, man.
Mike, it's been so long, bro. I can't remember the last time I talked to you, bro.
No, I don't know, Hub.
It's probably been a couple months, to be honest. By the way, Knicks, last time we spoke, the Knicks were the 5th seed. Now they're the 4th seed.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Julius Randle looking good.
And then tomorrow we beat the Spurs. And then
we're only 3.5 games behind from 3rd place, right? But yeah, we're not that far behind from 3rd place.
Think about it, man. Think about if we were even
I think
14.
we're 3.5 away from the 1 seed.
Nah, no way. Because let me check. Actually, let me
Oh
check.
no! Wait, hold on. But no, we're like 6, 7. I think.
Yeah, we're 3.5 away from the 3rd, and we're like 6
Okay.
away or 6.5 away
yeah,
from.
because Philly's
yeah.
on top.
Yeah, okay. I got it exactly. We're 4.5 away from 76ers, and we're like 2 games away from the Bucks, who are in the 3rd place.
Mm.
Can you imagine that?
Mhm.
Can you imagine
Wait,
that?
who is second?
Nets, which is unfortunate because remember the joke tweet that I sent out a couple weeks ago, and I was like, the Knicks are going to be the 7th seed in the playoffs. The Nets are going to be the 2nd. We're going to knock them out. That's not going to happen because we're probably going to be better than the 7th seed.
Well, what if
Let me
we
not
see them?
jinx it.
What if we see them in another round?
Hey, listen, bro. I'm telling you, it's like the same situation with the Giants and the Bucks. If we meet the Nets in the playoffs, it's clip for the Nets, bro. I'm telling you, I really believe we could beat them.
Well, our first game back from the All-Star break is against the Nets.
Yeah, right? Yeah. There you go.
Okay, all right. I like that. We'll see what happens. David AV trying to hate. Knicks will get destroyed. What is he talking about?
But JJ Watt, man.
Yeah.
That Cardinals D is going to be scary, or at least the front 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up their depth chart. Well, their roster right now, what it's looking like. Cause I know they've had some older players on that line, but I think they
I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked
rejuvenated them.
Benny though, Mike. How much better do they get going from Hassan and Chandler to Chandler and JJ?
I think pretty good. And don't count out that the Cardinals bring back Hassan Reddick.
He wants to go back too. Like he tweeted just today about the JJ thing.
I could imagine them bringing him back because you look at their past. Well, their defense in general was good last year, but they got a lot of free agents like Marcus Goldman. They might not bring back Devontae Campbell at inside linebacker. Corey Peters, I believe, is old, so that doesn't matter too much. They got Zach Allen. I forgot about Zach Allen. Zach Allen, the 3rd round pick out of 2019. I liked him. But I mean, they might keep Hassan Reddick along with JJ Watt. That would be a really scary defense. So we'll see. They need pass rushers, it seems like, even though they have 3 good ones already. They need some depth there. They got Devon Kennard still. Devon Kennard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't be surprised if they do keep Hassan, they just shift him back to his previous position. And shout out to Calvin, local Arizona fan in the chat.
Hey, Calvin, what up, man? How you feeling about it?
Now I fully expect Arizona to go corner now in the draft.
Yes. I'm looking at the depth chart right now. They've got obviously Patrick Peterson is their I guess top corner right now, and he's a free agent. And then you got Byron Murphy, who's okay, and then they're which he's playing the slot, and then their other starting cornerback that was on a 1-year deal, and Dre Kirkpatrick, he's also a free agent. So they're left with Kevin Peterson. I don't even know who the hell that is. And Robert Alford, the former Falcons corner. That is the only 2 corners on their roster. Byron Murphy, Jalen Thompson, I don't know who that is. And Kevin Peterson and Robert Alford. That is the only 4. So they need.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they double dipped at corner. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know if they go the first 2 rounds just because they have some needs elsewhere. I know they can get better. Let's see what they can get better at. They could get better in their linebacking core in general, like the inside linebackers. They've got Jordan Hicks there, but they need an insurance plan for him, and then they need somebody else in that middle as well. But I could definitely see them getting another corner in this draft. They have only 4 corners, and 2 of them I never heard of before. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Man, but I hope Gettleman drafts a receiver. I hope.
I think that I made a video about that. For those of you guys that hadn't seen it yet, it's what if the Giants drafted Kyle Pitts? It's not only about Kyle Pitts, it's pretty much giving a whole scenario breakdown on what the Giants would do if they were in that situation to draft Kyle Pitts. And I just don't see a scenario in which they don't get a wide receiver. I really don't see a scenario in which they don't, because now that Rashad Bateman is building up his draft stock, the big three is now turning into the big four. Like Rashad Bateman is like creeping up into that high tier of wide receivers that we consider as the
Bro, that just goes to show
on.
how much like weight people put on 40 times.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But people, I guess now people are just watching his film more, right?
But I mean, Bateman was a good receiver in Minnesota.
For sure.
Mike, you already know I'm with that. But what I'm saying is, like, the only reason he's ranking up right now is for the wrong reason, which is the weight people put on the 40 times.
The problem is
2 years ago, not this past college football season, but the last, he torched Penn State. He torched us.
And you know what it is, Mike? It's because he plays for Minnesota. You know, you look at all these other wide receivers, LSU, Alabama, right? Or maybe you get Ohio State wide receiver. They're getting all of the hype. So nobody's watching Minnesota film. That's the big issue. So when they see a 40 time like Rashad Bateman's, now they're going to start watching.
Here's the thing that never made sense to me, though, right? And I'll say this, even though it makes no sense he's rising because it's 40 time, because 40 time is not the same as game speed. It still doesn't make sense. It's almost as if people thought he was slow or something, which really makes me believe nobody was really watching his tape.
Nobody's
like
watching his film, because that's the first thing that pops out to me is how fast he could handle his speed, right? He's 6'2", and the way he maneuvers reminds me a lot of Corey Davis back in college and in Western Michigan. I really loved Corey Davis in college, having that big frame and still able to maneuver with that speed and still be able to run really good routes. Right now, Rashad Bateman's looked at as one of the faster, taller targets in like the perfect balance of a faster, taller target in the draft this year. On top of that, he has phenomenal route running ability. So he could be a really good prospect for the Giants of what they need at wide receiver.
By the way, Hub, I totally agree with what you said on Diggy's stream, because I can name a receiver that will be better than Tom Booty or whatever his name is.
Yeah, who is it?
Julian Fleming out of Ohio State. Out of Ohio State, he's a PA native. He went to Southern Columbia High School.
I'll tell you this right now. For those of you that don't know context, I think it was it last night? Yeah, it was just yesterday, Sunday. I was on Diggy's stream. And we were talking, and he's like, so there's this next guy out of LSU you guys should keep your eyes on, and he's going to be better than Jamar Chase. And immediately I called cap. I'm like, Diggy, stop the cap, bro. Like, Jamar Chase is the best receiver, not only in LSU, but the entirety of college football to come out in like the past 10 years. And you tell me some dude at LSU right now is going to be better than him in 2 years. Stop the cap, bro.
By the way, Ohio State also has another receiver that played in Philly, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, wow. Oh, Jr.
Related to Marvin Harrison.
Wow. All right. So we'll see what happens there. There. But, hey, Mike, any last final thoughts, man, before I switch you out, man?
Everybody subscribe to Kid Blue. Everybody subscribe to the Hub. If you haven't yet, I don't know what your problem is, because these are two great giant content creators.
Thank you, Mike. By the way, Mike, the day that we play the Nets, I'm going to be in the Discord for a watch party if you want to join, because I just have to do a watch party for that one.
I'll probably hop in there. Bet. All righty, Mike. I'll see you, man.
All right, see ya, Kid Blue.
Thanks for joining on, man. All right, so next guy up, one of my best trolls here.
The champ. How can you call the champ a troll, bro?
He's one of my favorite trolls on my channel.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not my favorite troll.
Can you stop, yo? What's wrong
You
with
see?
you?
You see what I'm saying? What up, Jaden? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Hub?
What up?
You're in the Dallas
You're
fan on the left. What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
What y'all think of the JJ Watt signing to the Cardinals?
I think it would be a great move, especially because they want to make the move to win, start winning now. They want to be competitive, especially in a really competitive division. They have to make aggressive moves like that. My only thing is that I want to see the guaranteed money because if the guy can't stay healthy, he's robbing the Cardinals. So $15.5 million a year to $16 million a year kills the market for pass rushers, first of all, because he's older and he doesn't stay healthy and he still got signed for that kind of money. You know, other pass rushers are going to be looking at his contract to try to get more money, especially if they're more consistent than he is. And so I think it could be a really good win for the Cardinals, but I think it could be a really bad loss for them as well if he's not able to stay on the field.
I want to say before I get my response to the JJ thing, kind of unrelated. Mr. Icy got a really good question, bro. I ain't seen Ligma in a minute. I ain't seen Ligma in a super long minute. Shout out to Diggy in the chat as well.
I think Ligma, he commented on one of my videos. I think yesterday.
Oh,
so
I ain't seen it in a minute. But yeah, shout out to Diggy in the chat as well. My thing with the Watt thing is he got paid way too much. I still don't know how in the world he got a team to give him 16 mil. KB says it all depends on the guaranteed money. That's a good point. Even then, I'm still like an average of 16 mil a year, man. Like the only positive of the contract is that it's only 2 years, right? But I'm still kind of confused as to how he got that much money. It comes down to the fact that he's older now and he's very much injury prone now. Like that's gonna be the thing. But guess what? If he comes out there and he produces for like say 12 games at least, then you know what? I'm gonna shut up.
If he plays for 12 games, I think it'll be a win. If he plays for 12 games, I know he's gonna have around like almost 10 sacks or something like that. I think that'll be productive for them, especially that they already have a number one pass rusher, you know, in Chandler Jones right now.
I was gonna say I think that's why they should keep Hassan as an insurance policy.
Right, for sure. It all matters about how much Hassan wants, though. So we'll see because listen, man. Teams are not afraid to pay pass rushers. Look at the Cardinals, for example. They're not afraid to pay pass rushers. They value them highly. They draft them high in draft. They pay them a lot in free agency. So Hassan will get overpaid somewhere if it's not with the Cardinals. So Jaden, what are your thoughts on the signing?
I mean, I wasn't shocked because on Twitter, DeAndre Hopkins said, "Yo, you might want to come to Houston. Now come to the Cardinals."
He said that?
You saw you saw the Instagram message DMs that Chandler Jones tweeted out?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
I need somebody like a Giants player to recruit one of them to here, like Hassan Reddick or.
Bro, listen, don't worry about it. Don't forget, Saquon's working out with Bud Dupree. They're both working on their ACLs, bro. Don't forget.
Yeah, and Darius Slayton's trying to get Carl Lawson, and we listen. Logan Ryan may be in the works with Corey Davis. Who knows?
KB, if we had to go pass rusher, right? What would y'all considering bringing back Marcus Golden or no?
See that I would consider it, but I don't think the Giants will because they already brought him back for a second time and they still traded him. So
I won't consider it because I don't think Golden is particularly happy with the Giants right now.
Yeah. I know he put out a sub tweet about us, right? No, he didn't even put out a sub tweet. I think he mentioned
it was direct.
Yeah, it was direct. He said, and the Giants didn't want to play me. Yeah, and the Giants didn't want to play me. That's true because they wanted to see what their youth had. I mean, he had to understand what kind of situation he was going in. You know,
I kind of disagree with you there because I was so confused in like the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season where I'm like, Golden isn't seeing the fold at all.
As a fan, we would be confused, but as a guy that's in contract talks and pretty much has a very direct communication with the GM, he had to have known this team is rebuilding. They want to play their younger guys, you know. So I don't see why he was confused by that, or even maybe that was the only option he had was to come to the Giants. I don't know. But Mike Nixon, the guest I was just on, I appreciate you, man. He puts in the $5 super chat. He says, KB and Kush, I forgot to say, save the date. My birthday is on Saturday. I'm going to be the big 2-9. Awesome, Mike Nixon. You'll definitely get a happy birthday from me, man. So happy early birthday to you, brother.
Also, you already know I'd be streaming on Fridays, bro. So definitely pop in for that one.
For sure. So what else you got for us, Jaden?
No, well, I actually do. Because for the draft, if we draft Kyle Pitts at number 11, I'm going to RKO someone.
Yeah, he put that in my comments. He put that. See, I made that video to try to find common ground with the guys that want Kyle Pitts and for guys that don't want Kyle Pitts, and trying to get a discussion going. But it seems like it worked for the most part. But yeah, Kyle Pitts is definitely an interesting guy to get.
Yeah, so KB.
Giants. Yo.
So how much do you think Dallas gonna sign you on that contract still?
Dallas, they already signed me, but it's
How many years left?
I'm not gonna release the contract details, man. Why would I do that?
Oh, no,
Listen, do you want us to look it up, or do you just want to tell us the
I
truth?
do
Yeah,
want
yeah.
us to look it up.
Look it up because
I
We'll see if
got
you can
you.
find it. See if you can find it. I don't know.
Shout out to Frosty in here, by the way. Frosty is a hilarious dude.
Frosty, I'm back. He's back.
So according to SpotRack.com,
Mhm.
Giovanni Giustiano is signed to a 2-year, $3 million deal with the Dallas Cowboys
Three mil. How you want to
in-
disrespect me like that, Kush?
in a offensive consultant position.
A consultant.
Yeah,
Not even am I a consultant to the assistant?
I don't know, man. You see, now that right there is the contract details that we don't have.
Oh man.
oh
Yeah.
boy, I
He's on the
can't.
down low. I'm working with Kellen Moore very, very closely. I love that.
Hey, yo, Hub.
Yeah.
Yo, when the Giants give me a corner, I'm going after KB. If he catches the ball, he's going to get his stick. He gonna retire early.
I'm gonna need you to.
I-
I'm gonna need you to shift to safety because he's probably gonna be playing running back.
Yeah, so yeah, I got some film from my flag football league. I gotta put it together a little bit, but just so you know, I'm juking everybody. So
No, what?
Huh?
Film of what?
Film of my
His flag football league.
team.
It's probably cap
Yeah.
anyway, but don't worry.
We'll
You-
see.
I mean, yo,
you-
listen. According to KB's tweets, he is the offense. So I'm
Listen,
gonna be checking that out.
I'm making running backs actually special again in flag football. Your running backs are like non-existent in flag football. I insisted I'm
We'll see.
gonna be a running back and pretty good at it too. So.
By the way, Frosty, yes, I still do have a spot to save for you on the call-in tomorrow. You just gotta call in. That's about it.
For sure, Frosty.
So KB,
Yo.
you got any like Dallas merch coming out soon? So only Dallas fans could purchase it.
Dallas merch, no, but you guys can get my. I don't have it in the description in this live. I forgot to put all my links down in the bottom. But
You know, low key, that's not a bad idea because it's
I
become
should-
such a meme at this
I
point.
know it's because I should just put
It's
the
low-key-
star and then my face.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
low key not even a bad idea to be honest, yo.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe that'll be in the works. Maybe that'll be in the works. David AB says he's getting paid $27 to be the water boy.
I mean, if it's 27 an hour, low key,
27 an hour, I would take
That's not
it.
bad.
I don't care what team it's for. So
Like you ever
it's
seen the
fine,
meme
though.
about like working the night shift at a graveyard, but if you get paid $80 an hour, and the meme was like $80 an hour, bro. You Casper visiting to see his friend, bro. Aisle 3, take a left, bro. There's a ghost haunting me, bro. Just go get some chips. He's like, for $80 an hour, bro, I'll do whatever.
facts. Hey, Alex Smith really got released?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think he got officially released, but there's been tweets all
There's
day saying that
talks.
they're gonna part ways.
Yeah, I knew there was talks, but I don't know if he officially got released.
I don't think it's official yet. No, like he's still on the team as of right now. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
So look, if Washington were actually do that, would y'all bring Alex Smith on a cheap deal, maybe to back up Daniel Jones?
Nah.
Good.
I couldn't do it. Just because he's such a wild card there with that injury, I really don't want to be a team liable for that. Especially if Daniel Jones gets hurt. The only reason why Alex Smith would come in is if Daniel Jones got hurt. And then if Alex Smith gets hurt, we gotta find another.
We're gonna be putting Riley
So,
Dixon in there.
I can't do it. I'm gonna put Riley Dixon in there. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
All I know is next year in the division, the Giants will be taking over. Sorry, KB, we're gonna have to beat y'all Cowboys twice every year now.
We were supposed to
I-
sweep
you know,
the
I
entire
hope so.
division this year.
I
Yeah.
hope so. We're supposed to sweep our entire division this year. So, all right, Jaden. Anything else you got for us, man? Before I switch you up.
Shout out to Hub, a Giants fan. Everybody, put your hands up if you're a Giants fan. Hands up. KB, not you.
Just put your
No,
hand up,
KB,
KB.
put your hand down. No.
Can I put two hands up? I got two hands up.
Yo, he's a Dallas fan. Confirmed.
Double positive, double.
Nah, it's double negatives.
I know. I say double positive. All right, Jaden. All right. So, what would probably be, I don't know, or maybe our last guest. We will see. We got our man Joel Yotto in the building. What's up, man?
What up, Joel?
Gentlemen, I'm depressed.
Why?
Why are you depressed, man?
We should be talking about the combine. We should be talking
Yeah.
about the underwear Olympics.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is
yeah, it's the beginning of
depressing.
March, yo. It is
I
the beginning
can't-
of March.
This hurts that we don't have that this year to get it. You guys should be putting out content left and right.
I wish.
I mean, well, I have been putting out content left and right. It just hasn't been hitting the algorithm. I had a video out today, and yo, this is crazy, y'all.
I know this.
I had a video out
is
today.
killing me. YouTube is
As of
killing me,
right
man.
now, it only has 67 views. It's killing me. Absolutely killing me.
And you know what? I've seen some talk and some chatter that, okay, these schools are going to have their own pro day, but there's talk of like 40-yard dash not being a true 40. There's
Well,
talk
what do you mean by a true 40?
Because their own schools are doing, they're probably pumping up the 40-yard dashes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're taking it to like 39.5 yards instead of a true 40 yards. Combine,
Wow.
all the guys have to run the same length, the same tape, the same position, cone sets. These guys are going to be on different turf, different surfaces, different types of the year. So this, guys, this draft, the more and more that comes out, the more and more I know everybody comes at me at Mr. Negative, but Mr. Well, why can't you take a receiver in the first round? Guys, I'm scared for Waddle because of the injury. We don't know how bad that foot is. I mean,
that's one thing I will
wants him.
say. Yes, that's one thing I will agree with you in, Joel, is that ankle injuries usually for a wide receiver is bad, but he was dealing with that all year, and the fact that he was still limping that badly in that championship game concerns me. It does concern. I hope he went through a lot of rehab this year, but it does concern
I will
me.
say it's a very serious thing, and it was concerned that he was limping that badly, but I still found it hilarious. He was still outrunning people even though he was limping when he was
still
walking.
doing it, but at the same time he kept having to come out. He kept having to. I hope he rehabbed well. I really thought we would get some sort of an update by now since there's no.
Listen, he's gonna be fine by the time like May rolls around.
Right, but I'm surprised we haven't gotten any sort of update from Jalen Waddle's circle. Concerning his ankle.
Remember that Linz Frank break. I mean, if it's that type of injury, they said it's possible for a year because Ingram had that and had to have a screw put in. We weren't sure if Ingram was going to have a full season or not to be healthy on that ankle, and then it has to come back out. So they're saying that type of break could take up to 2 years for that.
Which is why I hope it isn't that. The thing is, nothing's come out saying if it is or if it isn't. But I'm hoping it's not.
So with nothing coming out yet, I mean, Judge and Gettleman have proven over last year they're not looking at guys who have an injury in their past. I mean, Reese would do it.
Well, here's the difference, though. It's not coming out for us. They could get that information like in the snap of a finger.
Now, no, because they're not having the in-depth medical from Indianapolis. Because when those guys go to Indy, whether you're injured or not, if you get an invite, you have to go through medical, and you have to go through.
That's where Judge's connection to Alabama comes in, though.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope that works.
Bro, I hope you're right. That said, I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative. I'm just trying to shoot this out there. That, look, this is just something else to think about that nobody has really brought up yet. And I don't want to crimp anybody's, game plan. I mean, Waddle's still looking like the best guy that's going to be there, but we don't have any clue on his medical. He's got the football IQ. He's got the heart. He's got the desire. But I mean, we've seen it before where injuries that are unknown drop a guy in the draft. We've seen him be a top 5 guy, go all the way down to the 15, 20, 25 range in the draft. So our teams, especially this year, because of that, more guys aren't going to be in there for the physicals and the exams. So that's going to drop it even more. So right off the bat, we have nobody's going to really be trusting the 40-yard dash at these other colleges or schools that's going on. So they're not going to have that information. They're going to have the limited health participation. They're going to have limited interviews this year. So, but like Hub said, we do have the young college coaches, and we've got their insight as to, who did what and where, and they got the film. Some guys have more film, some guys have less film. So that's why I'm really depressed, and I guess this is really going to hurt the combine, and now with the lack of funds, it's really going to affect free agency because we don't know who's going to get released as a cap casualty. I mean, you look at the Saints; they got to get rid of a bunch of players. I mean, I'm sure there's a cornerback over on the Saints or a defensive lineman that y'all would like to have.
I'm sure. Yeah, my only question is who will it be? I don't know who would it be. And they have a lot of defensive talent over there, so I'm pretty sure maybe the Giants could take a whack at one of them. So we'll see. Max Webster with a $2 super chat. He says, if we had an NFL season, we could have a combine. What
I
the
agree.
heck? Well, I completely agree. I think
It makes no sense.
I think the necessity of the NFL season, like you have, like if they wanted to have a season, obviously they got to play the games. I think they're looking at the combine as as something that's not really, I guess, needed in the season because they have pro days out there. But at the same time, it doesn't do it right, man. You're not doing the off season right without the combine.
Well, let's not forget too that college had a lot of games suspended because of COVID. Because I mean, if you look at a college team, there's 99 players. In the NFL, there's 53. So when you've got all these different areas combining into one area, that's probably what they were looking at because other zones are going to be like Florida's a hot spot. So if you're bringing guys up from Florida to where a place like North Dakota, they're not such a hot spot, but now you're going to start infecting people up there because you've got all the exactly.
And go back home.
So it's not. I understand what Max is coming from, and we all probably feel that way. Even the coaches and the upper management feel that way. But there was just no safe way where you're going to get that many guys and keep them quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel, or 4 hotels, however many rooms you would need. And then give everybody a test every day.
That's true. That's a lot of participants too with the combine. How much? There's like 300 people in there, right? 300 people somewhere.
Well, the 300 people plus you got the medical staff, plus you got the trainers, plus you got the other coaches that are coming there, and then you got all the GMs and everybody that's sitting up in the stand.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be separated. And we all know when they run the 40, everybody wants to be at the end of the line with their stopwatches.
So Joe, there you go. You kind of answered the own question. It's like going to be so difficult to figure out how they would balance all those things.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm just an old guy who has thinks a little bit and uses his brain and a little common sense. But I said it's hard not to be Debbie Downer when you're looking at all this negative stuff, and it's like how these coaches, you see everybody has hype. Giants fans have hype. Why do we have hype this year? That's because we've got so much trust in this coaching staff, and we see the improvements that Judge is doing. We haven't felt like this in 4 years. You haven't seen anybody do this.
And it's crazy because even in the 2016 season, which I think you're referring to, we didn't even know we were going to be that good that year. Right? Like we knew our defense was going to be good because we spent all that money, but we didn't know we were going to go 11-5 that year. So that was unexpected. This is like the first year in a very long time where we actually are so confident in the coaching staff, the team that we have, even though we're not even fully ready yet. Like we think we're going to have a good free agency, a good draft to help us this season. We have a really good schedule this season as far as strength of schedule goes. So yeah, this is the first time. Because of the coaching staff, this is the first time in a very long time that we actually feel like this is going to be a good year for the Giants. The Giants hype. So yeah.
We were in every game. The coaching staff was always coaching every game. We didn't see the mistakes that we saw from Schumer and McAdoo. We saw the guys always giving 110%, and it started from Judge all the way down. So this year, take a deep breath, relax, see what they do in free agency.
Right.
But remember the little things that these guys are doing to try to get these kids. They're paying them billions of dollars to come in from college to the pros. They're going to look at the best player available, the healthiest player available, the smartest player available. Hub, is your draft 2.0 out yet? Is that live?
Yeah, it's live. It was live yesterday. Members have had it yesterday.
All right, but is it live for everybody else today?
Oh no, that's gonna be tomorrow, Tuesday night.
Okay. But
Yep.
let's look at everything in a positive light. Let's have a little trust in Joe Judge. Joe Judge believes in Daniel Jones. Joe Judge believes in all of his young players. If he didn't believe in them, they wouldn't have played. You know, he would have benched. He's proven that. So, well, instead of fighting with everybody else, let take it with a grain of salt. It's good to argue. We're family. We're Giants family. We fight. But you know what? I can whack somebody in the mouth as a Giants fan, but don't anybody else whack them in the mouth, because then I'm going to come and get them. I mean, that's what family does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
So let's keep up the hype. Free agency's almost here. Let's see who gets released before we're really too worried about that cornerback two position, before we start worrying about who we can get wide receiver, because what's his name might hit the free market from Tampa Bay. I want to say Goodwin, but that ain't it.
Shaq?
No, the wide receiver.
Oh yeah, a good one. Yeah. Chris Godwin. Sorry, Godwin.
Yeah, there's a Goodwin and a Godwin.
Yeah.
That's what gets me confused being old. Godwin, you know what? He might hit the open market because they're going to have to keep Barrett.
I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I don't think we're signing anybody defensively or offensively, big or small, in the offseason, just because I really think after trying to re-sign most of all of our guys, we're going to be left with like not that much cap space.
Well, you know, it's like Leo wants $20 million. We could get a second-tier wide receiver. We could get a cornerback number 2, and we could get a backup running back for that $20 million.
No, you can't. No, Joe, let's break this down. A second-tier wide receiver is going to go for like around 11 to 13. That's already more than half of your 20.
All right, so that's
a corner number 2 is also going for like around 10.
No,
that's above 20.
Not with the market dropping. Let's take
with the market dropping. Yeah, well, that's an assumption. But with the market dropping, I expect players to take the same amount of money. I really do.
I'd say Curtis.
Joel, if the market was dropping and we're assuming players are going to take less, then that logic should be applied to Leonard Williams.
We got Love on a cheap deal.
Cool.
Love.
I think he means Ryan.
Or
Ryan.
Logan Ryan? It Ryan? Who was it that we signed late into the free agency?
It was Logan Ryan. That was literally like a month before the season started.
What did we pay him? $7 million a year?
2 things. He signed as a safety, not a second corner. And he was also signed so late in the season that he was signed at 7. So if we're using that logic though, at a different position, not at second corner, as a second safety for $7 million, that's still 7 plus 11 to 13 for that second tier wide receiver. You're already at 20 million there.
All right, so then what's a backup running back? 2 million? All right, so I was off by a little bit. But,
I don't think you're getting 3 players for 20 million. I don't.
It depends, because I honestly think Corey Davis could be signed for like 10. I think Corey Davis could be signed for 10, and I think if you get like someone like a second, like another corner, like if you get Drake Kirkpatrick, which I think would be a good pickup.
That's what I think we should be looking at. We shouldn't be looking at a second tier guy. We should be looking at a third tier type of corner to be coming in and being a second corner, not a second tier guy.
I think that's kind of what Joel was alluding to. But as far as a second corner for us. So I think Trey Kirkpatrick would be like a 5 mil, 6 mil.
He's a dude, that will come for like 5-6 mil,
and he's someone I wanted last offseason, so hopefully he lands to us this year. But I agree, we could use that 20 mil somewhere else.
I mean, you know what? It's hard to be exact, but there are options out there. There are ways that we can do this. So I mean, the big question is do you want 3 players that are capable of taking us into the playoffs, or? I mean, Leo's capable of taking us into the playoffs, but if we keep Leo, we still just need so much more.
I agree.
I really think that at the end of the day, we don't have as much cap space as people are alluding a lot of Giants fans to believe, even after we do the restructures, which is why I'm like, I'd rather just keep the defense as is, go into another year where they have more chemistry with each other and the coaching staff just gets better because they're building upon a successful year defensively. And they have more chemistry on the coaching staff now, too, with the linebacking coaches, the new guy, Jeremy Pruitt, and his experience with Kevin Sherr and whatnot. I think that's going to be better for us if we just use our cap space to re-sign as much as we can maybe get a couple of depth players, not necessarily guys that's going to see the field that much, rotationary guys, because we don't have. I don't think we really have that much cap space.
Yeah, and I was just doing.
And that's me being like as realistic, maybe pessimistic as I can be, but that's my real take on it.
And you know what's crazy? I did the restructures again with our new cap space, and I think we're like 8 in the green right now.
Yeah.
But I did the restructures, and we don't reach that 40 that we did last time. So
that we would need
math,
to make.
Yeah,
these moves,
so the math changed. Like the contracts changed. I can't tell which ones changed. I can't tell which ones were different. But whatever the case may be, I'm still like I put in scenario. I still cut Nate Solder. I cut Kevin Zeitler and Golden Tate, and those 3 players usually get you near 40. I think it put us at like freaking almost just about 30. So that hurts us a lot. So I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see. We're gonna wrap this up though, guys, because I know Kush is going on in about 5 minutes, so want to give him time to rest up real quick before he goes on live. So
are you gonna hop on that one, or you got something to do?
I'll probably jump on. I'm gonna eat first because I am starving. So I'll probably eat first, and then I'll probably try to jump on. All right.
Thank you for having me on, Kid Blue.
No problem, man. Good to have you on, buddy. So, guys, that being said, that was a live stream. We will see you later. Make sure you guys hop on Kush's stream, airing in about 3 minutes. So, you guys get a short break, and then see you on his channel. See you guys later.
Peace.
Right there.